All rise for the Honorable Judge Monokuma.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results.
Same yellow powder on Sakura's foot. Yes.
If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, where to begin?
We already know who did it.
Whoa, deja vu.
Yeah.
The one who killed Sakura is one of the people that hated her. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It was one of you.
Idiot.
I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah! I'd never kill someone, no way!
I don't want to hear your stupid excuses.
And she's coming out hard and fast. Hina seems really sure that one of those three is the killer. But she must have some reason for believing that. Okay. So we got the accounts here.
It was one of you. One
Okay.
of you killed Sakura.
And what reason do you have for saying so?
Because you all had a motive. You hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense. That's the only reason you have for accusing us?
That's low. That's about as low as you can get.
There's gotta be some reason why Hina feels so strongly.
It was one of you.
So,
One of you killed Sakura.
And what reason do you have for saying so?
Because you all had a motive.
what was her account
You
again?
hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense. That's the only reason you have for accusing us?
That's low. That's about as low as you can get.
I assume it's gotta be Oi's account. Has gotta be contradicting Hiro here? Right, because her account must be the reason she
One of you killed Sakura.
she is
what
accusing.
reason do you
What was
have
her
for
account
saying
again? You can open the truth bullets to see what it's
you all
about?
had a
Oh, you can. Wow. Right, what was Oi's account? Sakura had written notes to Toko, Byakuya. Okay, yeah. So, alright. That's why, that's her real reason. Okay, there we go. So,
You hated her.
we'll use this against Hiro.
That doesn't make any sense.
That's the only reason you have for accusing us?
Alright, you gotta be more specific, Hina.
Another reason you suspect them is because Sakura wanted to meet with them, right?
Yeah, and that was right before she died.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no doubt about it. One of those three killed her.
I can't disagree with Hina. There's good reason to suspect all three of them. Then does that mean one of them did it? Footprints of the powder, status of Sakura's body, and the pocket trash.
The fact that Sakura wanted to meet with all three of them, there's no way that's not suspicious. One of you is absolutely guilty.
I don't deny that she wanted to meet with us, but I never went to see her.
Okay.
I didn't either.
Yeah, same here. I never saw
Oh,
her.
hold on, sir. Your pocket trash says otherwise.
No, that's wrong.
How could you have obtained that without meeting Sakura?
Hiro, when we were talking before, you dropped a small piece of paper, remember? It was white with red polka dots.
What's that got to do with anything?
Red polka dots? That's gotta be the wrapper from the candy I gave Sakura.
No, it's,
Ever since we got into the warehouse, I totally monopolized that entire box of candy. So there's no way a single one of them was left in the warehouse.
In that case, Hiro, where did you get that piece of candy?
From Sakura. It's the only explanation.
Well, I mean, there could be other explanations.
Well, I mean, yeah, sure I got it from her, but she gave it to me forever ago. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to her.
No, she only got that today at the nurse's
When?
office.
When did she give it to you?
The last time you saw Sakura was when Hina had to go to the nurse's office, right?
Yeah, so I must have got it sometime before then.
But what Hiro said can't be right. Because Sakura could only have gotten the candy after the incident in the nurse's office. And the reason I know that is because Hiro got the candy from Hina, and Sakura, because of when Sakura got that candy.
I got it! I'm not sure about that, Hiro. Hina didn't actually give Sakura the candy till after she left the nurse's office. So if that was the last time you saw her, there's no reason you should have had that candy.
Indeed.
Damn it! I mean, what I meant was...
What are you hiding? I don't...
Oh, that's right! I did meet up with her in the rec room. You got a problem with that?
Okay, come on. How? What? You can't just change your story like that and expect us all to just go along with it.
Why the sudden hostility?
But we just talked, that's all. I didn't do anything, you gotta believe me.
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
More hostility.
It's not just normal hostility. You're the real culprit. I even have proof.
I mean, he's so suspicious, but I feel like it's too early for us to be getting on the real killer.
Proof? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about her shining message.
Shining? What would a shining message even be?
At the scene of the crime, she had written out Toko in her own blood, right?
How do you know that? You weren't allowed to investigate the scene of the crime.
It was her dying message. Just like what you guys were talking about with Sayaka.
That's true. I saw it for myself.
See? See? Toko did it!
What are you saying? No way! I didn't do it!
Yeah, he shouldn't know about this. I believe only myself and Kyoko know about this officially.
You just don't know when you're beat.
He wasn't allowed to investigate the scene.
Hiro, hold on. When did you see that dying message of hers?
Huh? Well, when we found Ogre's body. Duh.
But if you recall, Hina was very adamant about keeping you away from the scene of the crime. So it's hard to believe that's when you actually saw the message for yourself.
Huh? Hold on. But when Kyoko found the magazine with the dying message in it, it was on the magazine shelf.
I got it! Kyoko, you found the magazine on the magazine shelf, right?
Yeah, it was closed at the time. There was no way he would have seen it unless he was actually investigating, which he didn't do. Therefore, he's involved here somehow.
That's right. Looking through the shelf, I found the magazine with the dying message on it.
You missed out on something? Wait, can only talk like Monokuma through the whole trial? No. I draw a line. Okay, like can I refund you that? Like, that's ridiculous. Here, let me look at the requests queue. Okay. Okay, so yeah, mark that as one. Okay, here, I'm gonna reject that, I hope. Yeah, that will refund your points. But, I mean, that's ridiculous. I reserve the right to refuse them if they're absurd. Okay.
I found it right there at the scene of the crime, after we'd started the investigation.
If that's true, then what Hiro just said doesn't really make sense, does it?
And since it was a locked room mystery, and the only way to have seen that would have been to actually open up the magazine, either he heard it from someone else, or he was in the room with Sakura's dead body and didn't tell anyone. I mean, this is like case closed at this point, right?
Doesn't make sense? What doesn't make sense? Everything I said makes perfect sense.
No, there's an obvious problem with what Hiro said before. Hina's looking happy.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
That's not possible.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
Okay, let me look at the details on this message here. Alright, so what does this say? Magazine on a shelf. When magazine had been put back upside down, inside this magazine, Toko's name had been written in blood. It is assumed that whoever wrote it used their finger to do so. I mean, the fact that it was inside the shelf. There's definitely something wrong with what Hiro said, yes.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
That's not possible. It was on the shelf. Okay. Well, what's wrong? Did I say something weird? Okay, I might need to use Kyoko's words against him. That might be what I need to do
I
there.
can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun.
Alright, let's take that.
I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem?
Alright, so I think we used this. It wasn't discovered until after the investigation had begun. You weren't part of the investigation. I think this is what we gotta do here.
Exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
Oops, no! Ah, dang it!
And I can tell you when I found the dying
Okay, we'll get it, we'll get it.
It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
Okay, here we go.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
Really? Okay, what else do I have? Like, I know what I'm trying to logically say here, but I need to know what status of the body. That doesn't help me. Pocket trash is completely
I can
irrelevant.
tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on
Tucked away on the shelf. It's got to be this, right? If it was tucked away on the shelf, there's no way you just found it when we looked at the thing.
What I said makes total sense. I can tell you exactly when I found the.
Because what we're getting at here is that he was banned from the investigation. There we go.
No, that's wrong.
Sometimes they can be very specific in what they want you to
Sakura's body
present.
was found, that magazine was sitting on the shelf nearby. That's where Kyoko found it, after we'd begun the investigation. And you weren't at the murder scene, so there's
Oh, yeah,
no
that's a
way
nice
you
touch.
could have seen it then. Tell us the truth, Hiro. When did you see the message?
Hold on. You're focusing on the wrong part. Why does it matter when I saw it?
What do you mean?
All you gotta do is read the Vienna sausage Ogre left us, and we know who the killer is. Toko!
I don't even know where to begin with that one. He's just trying to confuse us.
Actually, Can we even be sure Sakura wrote that message in the first place?
Yeah? I think we can all agree Ogre wrote that message.
No.
100%, without a doubt, she wrote it. And this is me talking, so you know it's true.
What are your opinions? I don't know. I mean, he's hiding something. Is he hiding it? That or he's really dumb. I don't know. I'm not sure I'm willing to say he's hiding the fact he's a killer, but I don't know what else would possibly make sense. Without a doubt? No, I absolutely do doubt it. There's no way Sakura wrote that message. This would be the state of the body. A moment of truth. Oh, rhythm time, okay.
Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right.
Oh, what was the reload button, guys? Is it space? Okay.
I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap.
Hey, could someone remind me what the, like, super move button
The
is?
end is nigh. Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest. I'm at least 30% right.
Final strike? Okay.
Show me the
Hyoko's
proof.
examination summary, man.
This should prove it.
Same button is slowing down.
I'm completely unconvinced that Sakura wrote that dying message. Because if you look at it, the message was almost certainly written using a finger. But both of her hands were completely free of blood.
Say what?
Then, who did write it?
Hiro could very well have written it himself. That would explain how he knew about the message in the first place.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Okay. Huh? Why?
He admits it.
Oh.
I figured as much.
But why would you write something like that?
Because I killed her!
Huh? You're admitting to killing her? Oh. Wait, hold on. He attacked her with the bottles, but by the time he did that, she was already dead from poison. That's gotta be what the twist here is.
Please, just let me explain what happened. I got Ogre's note, and so I headed to the rec room right before noon, just like it said.
You just did exactly as the note asked? What a fool.
And when I got there,
Okay, nope, she was alive. Okay, case closed, guys. Easy as that. Sorry, but do you mind waiting? I asked a couple of other people to meet as well. Okay. Would you like a piece of candy? It might help give you some energy. Sure, thanks.
and that's all she said. After that, we just stood around in awkward silence. Suddenly, I heard her mutter something.
This is it. I'm going to end it today. I'm going to end everything.
As soon as I heard that, I just knew. I knew she was gonna try and kill me.
Hero! You moron!
She was gonna kill me and make her escape. So of course I freaked out, and then I saw my only chance. I grabbed the Monokuma bottle from the shelf and smashed it across her head. I hit her from behind before she had any idea what was happening.
Okay, the only... Did you... Is he falling on the sword for someone else? I don't know.
Then she just went limp. I didn't see her move again after that. Once it was over, I pulled myself together. I realized if I didn't do something, I'd be caught and executed.
How long does poison take to react? I mean, that would depend a lot on the type of poison.
So I wrote Toko's name in blood across a magazine on the table and I ran away.
I can't believe you! You're the worst! I hope you die!
It can't be this simple.
Well, that's what happened. Go ahead. Roast me, boil me, do whatever you want.
You're not gonna get off that easy. It's death. Death for the one that killed Sakura. We're ready to vote now, right? We know who did it.
No, I think there's more to Hiro's story.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? What else could there be?
There's one thing that Hiro's story just now doesn't explain.
Is it the rapper? Is it what's going on in the chem lab?
And until we figure that part out, we can't consider the case closed.
So what is it that Hiro did that doesn't make sense? I mean, it does. Why he didn't use Sakura's finger? That's actually interesting. What magazine was hidden? Yeah, if he killed her, there's no reason not to use her finger, right? Why didn't Hiro put blood on Sakura's finger to make it look like she'd written it? I just panicked, didn't even think about that. Oh, okay, he's a moron, I guess. Couldn't have thought of that even if you didn't panic. Anyway, that's not the point I was trying to make.
Shoot!
Looks like I just embarrassed myself in front of everyone. Well, it's not my fault he's a moron. Alright, what Kyoko's trying to say is, he did something with the message that doesn't make sense if he was trying to blame Toko. Why was it hidden? I guess?
I got it! That's true. Everything you just said. It doesn't explain why the magazine was hidden, does it? By the time the body was discovered, the magazine had been picked up and put on the shelf. Why would you take the time to write that message, then stick it somewhere we might not find it?
And I guess that's fair.
Oh, well, I didn't hide it. I'm sure I just left it sitting there on the table.
What?
Really?
He's lying! He's gotta be lying!
I don't see any reason he would lie now, after already confessing to the crime.
Then he's not lying?
Assuming he's telling the truth, someone else must have put the magazine back on the shelf.
That actually makes a lot of sense, because then you get him to implicate himself.
In other words, at least one other person was in the rec room both before and after the incident.
In the locker. Oh no, is it Hina?
I don't think there's any question about that.
But then, who was it?
If they went to the trouble of hiding the magazine, they must not have liked what was written on it.
Is it Toko? What? Is it? No, it's not actually. What? Someone who wouldn't like what had been written. I mean, there's only one choice, right? It's. Huh? Was Toko in the locker?
I got it! It had to be Toko, right?
Huh?
Who else would want to hide the magazine other than the person whose name was written on it?
Is he right, Toko? Did you really go to the rec room? Why would I have... Wait, but more important, that doesn't even matter. We already know who did it, right?
Toko already poisoned Sakura at the time? But that doesn't make sense. Does it? Maybe she just slipped some... She knows Sakura drinks the protein shakes and just slipped some poison to the shakes, therefore realizing that eventually she would kill Sakura via such means? But if she poisoned him and he bludgeoned her, or if she poisoned her and he bludgeoned her, how can we know what the real cause of death was?
Hero just admitted it.
That's right. I killed her.
No, you didn't.
Who asked you?
Unless Toko came and finished her off. There were 2 hits? Huh.
I don't doubt Hiro attacked Sakura with the bottle. But that's not where this case ends.
What do you mean?
What he means is that Hiro isn't the killer.
You can't be serious. That's just... I don't believe it.
Hiro, tell us what happened one more time. If we go through it once more, it should become clear he's not Sakura's killer.
So, what do you want me to do?
Just tell us what happened one more time when you attacked Sakura.
I don't really see why, but okay.
I haven't reached the end of this case just yet. Hiro isn't the real killer. And I have to prove that. Okay. Whew. It's gotta be...
I didn't want to, but I did it. I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby, and I hit Ogre from behind before
Okay.
she could do anything.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once. Is that right?
Yeah, just once.
No, she was hit twice. Is that not where we have that evidence?
Shoot!
I thought the state of the body had that evidence. Oh, it's Kyoko's examination, of course.
Monokuma bottle from the shelf
There we go.
nearby,
Whoops.
and I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once. Is that right?
Yeah, just once.
No, that's wrong.
Okay.
If
So then,
Sakura died from Hiro's single blow, that doesn't explain why she had 2 head wounds.
Two?
That's right. She had 2 separate wounds on her head.
And remember, this girl examines dead bodies as a hobby. Personally, I'm inclined to believe her.
But I only hit her once. How could she have 2 wounds?
2 wounds means she was struck twice. What's more, both attacks must have come from a Monokuma bottle.
Hold on. How can you know that just from some cuts on her head? She was attacked twice with 2 Monokuma bottles?
It's not just because of her head wounds. It's also because of the Monokuma bottles themselves.
yes. We're missing the
There's
queen.
something very suspicious about those bottles. Once you understand that point, you'll understand why 2 separate Monokuma bottles must have been used. Think back. After the incident, there were 4 Monokuma bottles left on the shelf, right?
Yeah.
And we found pieces of a bottle on the ground, along with the chess piece it had inside.
That was the bottle Hiro hit Sakura with, right?
For now, just note that there were 4 intact bottles and 1 broken bottle.
Yes, but there's 6 pieces in chess,
But
so 6
originally,
distinct ones.
there were 6 bottles in total, meaning 1 has gone missing.
But how can you know for sure there were 6 bottles?
That's easy. If you look at what the bottles all had in common, it should become clear.
Chess pieces. The correlation between the Monokuma bottles feel like it's starting to become clear. The connection must be Hangman's Gambit. Okay, we got this. Easy. Okay, it's gotta be chess pieces. So C-H-E. Now is pieces, it's E-I, right? Okay, it's I-E. There we go.
Now
Chess
I
piece.
understand.
You know
That's it.
Toko's
The
secret
chess
identity?
pieces.
Yes. Good thing though, too, though, because like, that's a very leading question if I didn't.
Inside each bottle, there was a Monokuma figure holding a different chess piece.
King, rook, bishop, pawn. I definitely remember seeing each of those.
And the piece that was inside the broken bottle we found was the knight, if I remember.
So, what's that matter?
Oh, there's a queen somewhere.
I guess you don't know too much about chess, do you? Then let me explain. In chess, there are 6 different pieces. The king, the queen, the rook, knight, bishop, and pawn. What was left intact at the crime scene were the king, rook, bishop, and pawn. Just those 4. And on the ground was the knight.
Oh, so the queen is missing.
Yes.
So we only have evidence for 5 bottles at the scene, while one apparently went missing.
What does chess have to do with anything?
Yeah, shogi is way better.
Debatable.
Yeah. Wait, no, that's not what I mean. So, let's say a bottle did go missing. There's still no evidence that has anything to do with this case. That bottle could have disappeared any time before the murder.
No. It's clear that the missing bottle is connected to this case.
Uh-huh.
How is it clear?
Think about what state the missing bottle must have been in. Maybe then you'll understand.
Wait, then the bottle that was missing, it was exciting. No, it was broken.
I got it! The bottle must have been broken.
What makes you so sure?
Because there was evidence at the scene that supports it.
Huh?
That's right. We found evidence that shows there was more than just one broken bottle at the scene.
And what is this evidence?
It wasn't just a single broken bottle. The evidence that proves that is when we weighed them. The experiments.
I got it! Earlier, Kyoko and I did a little experiment. We compared the weight of the broken bottle pieces at the scene to one of the unbroken bottles. And what we found was that the collection of pieces was heavier. And the reason for that is there was actually more than one bottle's worth of shattered glass.
So from this, we can surmise that 2 bottles were actually broken at the scene of the crime.
Yes.
But someone did their best to clean up the pieces of one of the bottles, along with the figure inside. But when they did, they must have left behind a few too many pieces. Which is only natural. They certainly had no way to measure the exact right number of pieces to remove.
But why would they have to try and get rid of it like that anyway?
Because otherwise, Hiro's testimony and confession wouldn't have made sense.
Because of what it would reveal about the case.
There's no doubt that the second missing Monokuma bottle is involved in this case. It must have been used by some bowling official. No, Sakura's second attacker or Sakura's first attacker? It's gotta be the second attacker. There's no reason Hiro to lie about only using one bottle when he's already confessing to murder. And that'd be a pretty 5D chess move, but I don't think he's smart enough to come up with that.
I got it! The bottle that was removed from the scene was used the second time Sakura was attacked.
The second wound on Sakura's head came from that second bottle.
Hold on, are we going to... Where does the poison come in? Please don't tell me we're going to... Oh, and even that wasn't actually the killing blow.
Given all the evidence, this is the only possible conclusion.
The killer wanted to make it look like there was only one attack, so they had to get rid of their evidence.
From there, we can conclude that it wasn't Hiro who delivered that second blow.
Had to be Justice Hammer 7. You know it.
Wouldn't you agree, Toko? And there's the matter of the magazine. You must have been in the rec room when the incident took place.
Oh, wait! I admit, maybe there was a second attack, but there's no evidence I had anything to do with it.
Is this true?
No way! You killed her! I'm sure of it!
Shut up! Until 2 seconds ago, you were claiming you killed her!
I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. That's just the kind of guy I am. Plus, I just remembered something that proves it.
Okay, fine. Let's hear it.
It was right after I got Ogre's note. I was kind of nervous about it, so I went to the rec room early. You know, to stake it out or whatever.
Okay.
So I was waiting there, and that's when I saw her. I saw Toko go into the rec room.
Okay. You did?
Pretty soon, Ogre showed up, and she went into the rec room. I assumed Toko was still in there, so I figured everything would be okay. That's why I headed in. But when I got inside, Ogre was all alone. Toko had disappeared.
You hadn't considered mentioning this fact to anyone?
And you just now decided to share that with us?
After the shock of thinking I'd killed someone, I forgot all about it.
Could someone tighten the screws on his brain? I think they've come loose.
So, Toko, where the heck did you disappear to?
You don't know what you're talking about. I never went in the rec room.
I'm sure she didn't disappear, but maybe she found somewhere to hide.
Hiding in the rec room? Don't be ridiculous.
I mean, this is pretty easy. Dot to connect.
Why are you all ganging up on me? You're all nothing but vermin.
No, it's not ridiculous at all. There's definitely proof that shows Toko was hiding in the rec room. Okay, a new element has been added to the bullet time battles. Yeah, let's learn about this. So far, you've probably been pressing the left mouse button during your final strike without a second thought. Yeah. But from now on, you're going to have to pay a little extra attention to your finishing blow. Now you have to choose the proper truth bullet to use during your coup de grace. You'll select it for the same way as during the non-stop debate. Gotcha. Also, like the debate, if your logic difficulty is set to kind, you'll have fewer bullets to choose from. But for educational purposes, we're going to pretend you're set to mean regardless. Just this once, okay? Oh, by the way, you're about to halfway through the game now. Go you! Oh, thanks. Well then, good luck and have fun. Am I going to have to do... I'm terrible at this. Okay. Hold on. Yep. So, hold on. Influence gauge. During battle, you will take damage. Tempo. Tempo up. Tempo down. Lock on is right. Attack is left. Reload is tab. Gotcha. Fever time is space. Okay.
I admit nothing. I hate you. I curse you. No! That's enough! I admit nothing. I curse you. I curse you. It's a lie! That's enough! It's a lie!
On a strike?
That's
I didn't even look at what that was. It's the locker handprints.
This should prove it. Did you know someone left a handprint behind on the inside of the locker? They must have been hiding in there and put their hand on the wall without thinking.
Okay.
Does this handprint look familiar, Toko?
No, it doesn't.
Okay then, let's just compare it to your hand, shall we? That'll clear everything up.
Certainly it shall.
Stop wasting my time. Just tell us the truth.
Okay, it's my handprint.
All right.
Dang, she just straight up admitted it.
Then you killed Sakura! No, I swear, there's no way!
Really? We're doing this again?
With it.
I probably did kill
Straight up again?
Wait, what do you mean probably?
Give us the details, Toko. What happened between you and Sakura?
Talk. Now.
But we still don't have the poison involved. We still don't have the chem lab involved. This is... She's not the... Oh. It is gonna be Hina, isn't it? Dang.
After I read Sakura's note, I decided to go there early, so I went into the rec room. I didn't know what she might do if I didn't go, but I was too scared to face her head on. So I figured I'd just sneak in first and hide in the locker.
Unless Byakuya did actually go. And that seems to be the trend here. Everyone was lying about actually going.
Then, did you see what happened? Did you see me hit her?
Yes, and I saw you write my name. I saw you forge her dying message.
Well, that's awkward.
So after he left, I jumped out of the locker and put the magazine back on the shelf.
Why not just actually just remove it from the scene entirely and discard it?
But when you did, you put it back upside down.
I didn't mean to. I was in a hurry.
Imbeciles, all of you.
Forget all that. Why did you attack Sakura? After I put the magazine back, I heard a sound behind me like a monster growling.
Oh.
And when I turned around, there was Sakura, covered in blood and staring right at me. When I saw that blood, I fainted right there in front of the magazine.
Oh, that's why it's probably. Then out comes Jill.
I don't remember what happened after that. If you want to know more, you'll have to ask her.
Her? You mean...
Guess who's back?
It was your fault after all.
My fault, Master's fault. When our faults combine, they soar to even greater heights.
Huh? Interesting.
Just answer the question. Did you kill Sakura?
Well, to be honest, Miss Morose and me don't actually share our memories.
Alright.
So I can't really say what was going on. But I was just minding my own business, sleeping peacefully when someone shook me awake. Was it a prince paying me a visit? I wonder. So I opened my eyes to see... Splatter everywhere! I was not prepared for that. And, well, I guess it took me by surprise. I got so startled, I smacked her with the first thing I could find, which I guess was a bottle. Sakura was just worried about you, and you're terrible. No, she's terrible. Thanks to her, I murdered someone who wasn't an adorable boy for the first time ever.
Oh, someone's got their priorities straight.
And when it was all over, you collected the pieces of the bottle to get rid of the evidence, didn't you?
I wasn't about to die for some woman. If I'm gonna go down, I want it to be for killing Master.
Did Sakura survive this blow too? She must have.
Just go away and die your meaningless death alone. Don't drag me into it.
But I just can't catch a break, you know? Fate's got it out for me. Because normally, Sakura should have been able to dodge my attack, no problem.
Even as strong as she is, she must have still been reeling from Hiro's attack.
Hey, come on. That's, you know. But anyway, I'm not the one that killed Ogre. So that's good.
So that's good? Keep talking like that and Hina's gonna...
Well then, that's that. Let's start the vote.
Huh? I thought for sure you'd have some words for Hiro on that one.
What's wrong? Come on, everyone, we're ready to vote, right? Let's do this.
Oh, Hina.
No, not quite yet.
Huh? Not yet? Why not yet?
Don't you think there was something odd about Toko's story? I mean, you had to have noticed.
Odd. Huh?
Hiro's attack, and then Toko's, but that still wasn't the end of it.
Yeah, the vomiting blood. It Wasn't?
Tell us your story one more time. Tell us what happened after you fainted. Then even this gaggle of idiots should understand what I'm talking about.
Your wish is my command, darling.
It's not over yet, is it? The one who killed Sakura is...
I was just sleeping peacefully, and all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
You were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood. So you smashed her head in with the Monokuma bottle?
Wait, she wasn't.
I
Hold on.
You're good.
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke
Her
up.
body wasn't covered in blood when we found it, right?
Over there in front of the shelf.
The only problem here is the second attack from Tucker really was a killing blow.
I was just sleeping peacefully.
Hold on, let me take a look at this. What are the specific details? Sakura was found dead, seated in a chair, something forward. Traces of blood were found around her mouth, presumably from when she vomited blood. However, there was no injury or indication as to why she would have vomited blood.
And all of a sudden, Sakura
Okay,
was right
so
there in front of me. I remember
it's clear the status of Sakura's body.
You were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood.
It's either that she was covered in blood or the site of where she died. It's gotta be the site of where she died, right?
Good.
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up. I killed her there in front of the shelf.
Okay, she was in the chair.
No, it's wrong. We found Sakura sitting upright in a chair. If the blow by the shelf was the cause of death, there's no explanation why she was in that chair.
Yeah.
So, you finally noticed.
That's just another lie from a bloodthirsty serial killer.
Are you sure you didn't attack her while she was sitting in the chair?
No, I'm sure she's telling the truth. Anyone who saw the murder scene should think the same way.
Yes. That has to be it. The evidence that proves there was an attack in front of the magazine shelf. This. We had assumed it was a vomit, but it wasn't. So wait, if this isn't vomiting blood, then when did she vomit the blood? Huh.
I got it! Sakura was definitely attacked in front of the
The
shelf.
message was placed there?
The blood stained by the magazines is proof of that.
Then she must have moved the body after she killed her, right? All to make it look like I did it. Because when I hit her, she was sitting in the chair.
Hey, come on now, look at me. I can't carry anything heavier than my own scissors. There's no way I could move a muscle-bound heavyweight like that.
Then what's the deal?
Well, are you still convinced the case has come to an end?
But
Oh no.
Plus, the biggest mystery of all, the locked room, still has yet to be explained.
It was a crime of opportunity, I guess?
Until we take care of that, we can't say this case has been properly settled.
oh, that part's easy. After she killed Sakura, Toko just hid in the locker again.
No, that couldn't have been it.
So she just hid in there till everyone showed up and opened the door? And while everything was all confused and hectic, she just snuck out of the locker into the group.
No, I don't think that's possible.
The reason there's no way Toko was hiding in the locker is because I was in the locker. No. I saw it for myself.
I got it!
It was
Even
open.
Before we open the door to the rec room, Hina and I both got a look inside. And at that point, the locker was already open. So obviously Toko couldn't have been hiding in there.
Okay then, where was she hiding?
Okay, so basically there's two ways this could have gone down at this point. The more likely way is probably after Sakura got attacked so much, she just said, well, You know what? We have two people who already probably think they killed me. Hina, go ahead and give me some poison, and then you will certainly get out of this free. The other possibility, and this one's probably less likely, but is there a world in which, because we know Sakura's shoe had the powder on it, so that implies Sakura herself went to the realm, the chem lab. Is there a world, because Sakura's a pretty cool person, is there a world in which she gets attacked by these two people and thinks to herself, oh, no. Trial's gonna I'm bleeding out here, I'm probably not gonna survive long, trial's gonna happen, someone's gonna end up getting, dead for murder. Is there a world in which Sakura just says, you know what, there's poison in the chem lab, if I poison myself before I succumb to these wounds, then it's technically a suicide, and no one is the Blackhead, and no one has to get voted out. Interesting.
I don't know. What's this whole locked room thing about anyway?
I'm not really looking for hints, Lucky Gamer Cat, just to be clear.
How did you not know? You killed her!
I think the fact that I don't know proves I didn't kill her. Thank you very much. You're lying.
No, she's not. I've been saying all along, there's still more to this case.
Hey, but can't you vote on any dead? Because if you can't vote on the dead... No, you definitely can select dead people. That's definitely a thing.
But if Genocide Jill didn't do it, that means Ogre didn't die from the shot to the head.
And
Well, I can't imagine what else could have killed her.
that's because you're overlooking vital information.
Because... And Hina does seem like the most likely, especially given her behavior here. But I could see her just being really... It's not implausible she's eager to just kind of get the killer convicted as soon as she's figured out who it is, right? Or in her mind has figured out who it is. That's not impossible. There is, though, the issue of the second rapper. How does that play into this? That doesn't... That's not explained. Could we really be missing something so important? There's another possible explanation. Maybe it's... Alright, the explanation, the dying message, the file, Oy's account, and the yellow powder.
It wasn't from Genocide Jill's
It's by the powder.
And what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head.
What about the yellow powder? Okay, I guess it's not the yellow powder. Don't clam up now. Okay, let's think about this a bit more. And what are all of our things?
It wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack.
It could be the file, right?
What was it?
Pointing out the
There's
vomiting
no
of
other
blood?
possible cause.
Yeah, that's probably what
Killed
it is.
Sakura. I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head.
There we go. Okay.
No, that's wrong.
Hina does kind of jump the gun, but I don't know.
According to the
Yeah.
Monokuma file, Sakura had vomited blood. I
Yes.
think we can assume there's a chance this was related to her cause of death.
Here's another hole in the. If we think Hina killed her, why wouldn't we use another bottle? Right? Dying. I guess it depends on if they knew what the effects of the poison would be.
In fact, there was even a trace of blood left around her mouth.
Well, I mean, maybe when she got hit with the bottles, she cut the inside of her mouth.
And it's tough to imagine Hina going from I'm gonna be super mad and depressed at everyone for not believing in Sakura to I'm gonna kill Sakura myself, even if the circumstances were strange.
If that's all it was, the file wouldn't have specified vomited blood. Not to mention, I didn't find any cuts inside her mouth.
You even checked in there? God, you really are into dead bodies!
No, I'm not into dead bodies. What I'm into is solving mysteries.
But if there wasn't a cut or anything, then what made her vomit blood?
Poison.
Some sort of reaction within her body. Most likely, Sakura was poisoned.
Yep.
Poisoned?
That's right. This is the conclusion I've arrived at, and so there can be no mistake.
You're making me go all weak in the knees! She was poisoned? It isn't possible!
Is it really so hard to believe? Then let me explain exactly how the culprit was able to poison her.
Is he going to bring up the protein shake? Because if he brings up the protein shake, we know that can't be the cause. Because that was placed after the scene of the crime had started.
You can explain it?
Of course, if you don't mind.
Everyone quiet! Shut up and listen to Master!
But you're the only one talking.
The key to unlocking this mystery was hiding in the chem lab up on the 4th floor.
Not in the rec room? Then I could have found it all along.
Yeah, probably not.
You never would have, since you gave up on the search the moment you were barred from the crime scene.
Well, yeah, good point.
There are 2 to 3 suspects now? I suppose.
There's a big shelving unit in the chem lab that houses a variety of mixtures and chemicals. And that's where I found this.
Chemical C9.
Is that the poison?
It's not an especially powerful poison, but it'll still kill you if you drink an entire bottle. But the specific properties don't matter. What does matter is where I found it.
Drinking an entire bottle. That doesn't happen by mistake. That means it was an inside joke, probably. The only question is, was it Sakura unilaterally, or was it Sakura with Hina?
Where did you find it?
The shelf is divided up into 3 sections, A, B, and C. In section A, dietary supplements. In B, reagents. And in C, a variety of lethal chemicals.
And that's where the poison came from? Section C?
Well, that's the question, isn't it?
The bottle of poison Byakuya just showed us. I'm sure I know where he got it. He got it from section A.
I got it! The poison was actually in Section A, wasn't it?
Could he have just drunk the poison by mistake? I mean, that doesn't seem likely, but...
You just said that Section A was for supplements or whatever.
Strange, isn't it? Why would there be a bottle of poison mixed in with all those nutritional additives?
Yeah, so? Why?
Because the culprit switched it out. That's why.
Uh-huh.
What do you mean?
I mean, this.
Now, here's an interesting question. And I'm not convinced this is how it went down, but if the way this went down is someone just puts the poison in the supplements area knowing, hey, Sakura and Hina tend to use this stuff, eventually they're going to get around, eventually they're probably going to accidentally use the poison and die. Who's at fault? Right? Like, am I the murderer in that case if I did that? Or is it just a mistake? Heck, what if I didn't do it intentionally? What if I just placed it in the wrong shelving unit by mistake? What if Hiro? What if it comes back to Hiro? He was so dumb he put the poison in the wrong shelf by mistake and killed Sakura that way. Comes full circle. Imagine. I couldn't believe my eyes. Byakuya put the bottle of poison to his lips and...
Master!
We were so shocked at what we were seeing, all we could do was stand there and watch. But as if it were the most natural thing in the world, Byakuya was as calm as ever. Is it mislabeled?
Ugh, that tastes awful.
Oh no! Master's in real trouble! You have to drink some water! You can't just swallow powder! It'll stick to your throat!
Idiot! He just swallowed poison! We need to make him spit it out!
The flavor certainly makes me want to spit it out. What's so high quality about this stuff?
Huh? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the protein, of course.
Uh-huh.
Protein?
Can I see that bottle for a second?
Sure.
So
Do
the
whatever you
protein
like.
was placed in a poison bottle. Does that mean poison was placed in a protein bottle? Yeah. Okay. Kyoko took the bottle from Byakuya and scraped out a bit of the contents with one finger. She touched her finger to her tongue.
It's protein powder.
Correct. That wasn't poison in the bottle, but harmless protein powder.
Okay.
Which makes one wonder,
Where is the poison?
the poison that should have been in that bottle, where did it go?
The bottle of poison was actually filled with protein powder. Oh, did they just fill it with protein powder to make the... to make it look like the poison had never been used? Which would mean that conversely the poison must have been in... could it be... Hang on, Gambit. Okay, there we go. Okay, the poison was in the protein drink. E-I-N, yeah. Give me an R. Okay.
Now I understand.
Oh, didn't Sakura used to...
Must have been poured into the protein can.
Sakura said something about like protein can help heal ailments. Okay. So did she voluntarily drink what she thought was protein powder, but someone had swapped it with poison at some point? Or not protein powder, but protein shake, probably. Man, if someone swapped it, it could have been anyone. Right? I mean, heck, the swap could have taken place at any time.
If the protein's in the poison bottle, it seems only logical to assume the reverse is true, right?
But hold on. The protein shake was planted at the scene. The protein shake was not there at the time of the killing. Because it's on top of the glass. Which makes you wonder... Well, no, it doesn't really make you...
Absolutely. The contents of each container were switched. So the protein was in the bottle of poison, and the poison was in the protein can.
Okay.
Once you accept that, it becomes obvious how the culprit was able to get Sakura to drink the poison.
Holy crap!
All they had to do was hand her something there at the scene, and she was happy to drink the poison herself.
Something at the scene. Well, to presumably a protein drink, but the protein drink was planted on the scene of the crime. So it makes me then suspicious of the person who's pushing the protein drink theory.
I got it! You're saying they gave her a protein drink, right?
A protein drink which actually contained a deadly poison.
What?
That's all it took to kill Sakura. That is the true cause of death.
Okay, here's a question. What if someone swapped the poison with the protein, then someone else got the shake, then gave it to Sakura? Who is the killer? Technically, in that case. What? Ugh. And I'm not saying that's what happened, but that very well could have happened. I could see, like, Hina could have gotten the shake for Sakura to help her recover. Maybe. Oh. And then if it was swapped beforehand. Okay. Whew.
You know, I do remember Ogre saying that protein stuff was good for all kinds of aches and pains. So maybe she took it to try and help with the whole bleeding head wound thing.
But what was offered to her instead was a bottle full of poison. And I already know exactly who swapped the mixtures.
For real? Who was it?
Evidence revealing who replaced the two materials was left in the chem lab for anyone to see.
Footprints. The evidence that shows who switched them, it has to be... It's the footprints, right? But... I'm going to assume he's saying footprints.
Footprints left behind in front of the shelf. That's the evidence you're talking about, isn't it?
I visited the chem lab this morning, and there were definitely no footprints there at that point. They must have appeared around the time of the murder, which leaves no doubt that they're connected.
Are footprints fakeable?
What's more, the footprints were in front of Section A, where I found the bottle meant for the poison. The culprit must have gone to Section A to swap the poison and protein, leaving their footprints behind. And given how clear the prints were, figuring out who they belong to will pose no problem.
It seems so... Hold on. This mistake is too easy to make. No, this is too rookie of a mistake. No one would be stupid enough to actually leave literal footprints at the scene, right? Especially for something... Like, I could understand if it was like, I killed someone and there's whatever and I got someone in my shoe, right? That could happen. But swapping poison would be very, very premeditated. Which means either the footprints are forged, the killer is an idiot, or the killer wanted us to know that the killer was the killer.
All we have to do is check everyone's footprints right now. Then we'll see who...
It was me.
Huh?
The footprints. They're mine.
Hina?
If you're all gonna find out anyway, I'd rather you hear it straight from me, you know?
Then Ogre's killer was...
Wait, is my theory what actually happened?
Yep.
Hold on.
I did it. I killed Sakura.
Yes. You know what? I killed Sakura too. We all killed Sakura. I am Spartacus.
Just as I suspected.
Geez. Why is everyone confessing to murder this trial? Because they get painted into corners, and I think we're getting to the point where the people who are left actually have some degree of a conscience.